Hey folks, I'm here to shoot part 2 of my Half Price Music Mega Haul videos. I guess it's gonna, when I'm done, there'll be three videos because I can't get through all of this in one. What I'm about to show you, I showed kind of the hard rock, and metal stuff in the last video. This video will be more along the lines of jazz, blues, and some kind of R&B, soul. A little bit of rap, apparently. I have actually bought a couple rap albums. So let's go ahead and dive right in. The first album, yeah, this may surprise some people. Beastie Boys, Licensed to Ill, classic album. The jewel case is kind of dirty. I do like that album cover, though I will admit that when I picked this up, I was expecting, I didn't look close enough. I thought Sabotage was on it, and I love that song, but it's not. So I guess I'll be looking for at least one more Beastie Boys CD. But I'm alright with that, because this is a classic album. The next one, the other rap album that I bought, I cut it in the shrink, Salt and Pepper. Very necessary. I kind of like their sound. So that was my foray into rap. Next couple are kind of R&B soul type albums. Also in the shrink, Aaron Neville, Gold, kind of collection of his songs. And noticed right off that Linda Ronstadt, it's a double disc. Linda Ronstadt is on quite a few of the songs. I didn't realize that they had worked together that much. Kind of cool. And then Joss Stone CD I hadn't seen before, Color Me Free. I like her voice. Let's see. Yeah, good clean copy. Not much to see on the inside, just very purple. Alright, let's look at the blues. I've got a good little stack of blues. Also in the shrink, Robert Cray Band, Midnight Stroll. Got a couple Jeff Healey CDs still in the shrink. The first one is Feel This. Not real familiar with these albums, but I've heard the Jeff Healey Band and I like them. So I snatched these up. And then Jeff Healey Band, Cover to Cover. Looks like it's got you can tell from the songwriting credits that they've covered a lot of songs on that one. Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble, The Sky is Crying, also still in the shrink. This next one's caught my eye. It's I haven't watched the movie yet. I keep hearing it's about a blues man. Black Snake Moon. Looks like a blues oriented soundtrack. Of course, it's got I do recognize names like Sunhouse, North Mississippi All Stars, R.L. Burnside. Some of the others I don't. But yeah. So for $1, I grabbed it up and we'll give that one a spin. Hey, buddy. Can you get down for me for a minute? Thank you. Alright, so the next one is kind of a gospel. Maybe I should have done it with the Christian music, but it's a gospel album called, well, gospel music. What else would you call it? But the artists that contribute to this are people like Mahalia Jackson, the Swan Silvertones, the Soul Stirrers, the Harmonizing Four, the original Five Boys of Alabama, the Staple Singers, Dixie Hummingbirds, Reverend James Cleveland. So I definitely wanted to bring that one home. This next album is a compilation as well. It's called Bless the Child. I'm sorry, not Bless the Child, Blues for the Child. I was excited to see this one. It was put out back in, I think, 93 on Frontline Records. Yeah, 93 Frontline. If I'm not mistaken, this album was a project that was put together by Lanny Cordola. So Lanny Cordola, some of you may know, was a guitarist for the band House of Lords, and he signed with this Christian label. He and Ken Tamplin put together a brilliant album under the name Magdalene called Big Bang. Great stuff. So, and he's done a number of R&B type projects, R&B blues type projects, and so I was very happy to find that yesterday. Okay, so now we're going to shift gears and kind of go to jazz singers and crooners and that sort. So I found an early recording by Madeleine Perreault. This is called Careless Love. Not much to see on the inside, kind of plain. But very good singer. And then, of course, I couldn't say no to this. Swinging with Dean Martin. This EMI was put out on EMI. Then I found a couple Christmas albums. Ray Charles. This is Kohl's Cares for Kids presents a Ray Charles Christmas. Rhino is the label that put it out. So, What Child Is This? Little Drummer Boy, All I Want for Christmas, Baby It's Cold Outside. A few bonus tracks like Lift Every Voice and Sing, There Will Be No Peace Without All Men As One. So, can't wait to spend that this holiday season. And then the other Christmas album I picked up, Tony Bennett. This one put out by Hallmark. Christmas with Tony Bennett and the London Symphony Orchestra. Gotta love Tony Bennett. How old is he? And he still sings so brilliantly. So, but that wasn't the only Tony Bennett I found. Tony Bennett, Here's to the Ladies. Okay, well, this might be a duets album, because inside, when I opened it, it's got a list here of women, female artists like Rosemary Clooney, Doris Day, Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday. So, I don't know. Is it a duets album, or is he simply doing their songs? It might be that he's doing their songs. I have no idea. There's pictures of each female artist on the inside. Okay, so I might have to get back to you on that one. It is a single disc. Alright, and then the final Tony Bennett album I found, Tony Bennett and k.d. lang, What a Wonderful World. Don't know anything about k.d. lang, but she's singing with Tony Bennett, so that'll be good. So let's start the jazz part of this. This one is called, wow, I Got No Kick Against Modern Jazz. I don't know what that's about. I do a GRP artist celebration of the songs of the Beatles. So it's basically GRP artist doing Beatles songs. You know, that could go one way or the other, but the artists themselves are good, so I think it's worth giving it a try. We got George Benson, McCoy Tyner, Groove Collective, Diana Krall, Ramsey Lewis, Lee Ritenour, Tom Scott, Chick Corea, Russ Freeman, Dave Benoit, Arturo Sandoval, Dave Grusin. Love a lot of those artists. So, yeah, definitely worth giving a check. The next album, Bela Fleck and the Flecktones. Flight of the Cosmic Hippo. First of all, what a great title. What a great cover. And then the musicianship, you know, has got to be outstanding, with Bela Fleck, of course, being a tremendous talent, and then Future Man and Victor Wooten and the crew, and so looking forward to that one. This one I bought. It just looked like it'd be a good jazz album, and I'll get to check these guys out. Wycliffe Gordon and Eric Reed, So it's trombone and piano, I believe. Looking forward to that. It's a 2002 release. Marcus Miller, live, more. I'm not sure which way this will go. Marcus Miller does, well, his stuff can swing back and forth kind of between traditional jazz and modern jazz and the more pop stuff. So I'm hoping that this will be a good album. Thinking I saw something that listed some of the players, but I guess not. I'm not sure who plays on this. But that's also on the GRP label. Here's kind of a funk album. Maceo Parker, Funk Overlord. Gotta love that. first of all, that title, Funk Overlord, and then that saxophone smoking like that. And I've heard Maceo Parker got some good funk jazz. Next guy up, let's see, Joshua Redman, Back East. Don't know if that's I guess that's the original cover. It looks kind of bland, but Joshua Redman's a great young saxophone player. Yeah, just kind of a plain back too, but I expect that album to be outstanding as he usually is. Never heard of this guy, Robert Mazurek, Badlands. I decided to give it a try because he's playing there with Eric Alexander, the saxophone player. I know Eric from having he played a lot with Charles Earland, the jazz organist, and I'm an Earland fan. So, at $1, decided to give this one a try. Of course, this guy's a jazz legend. On this album, he's playing with Hank Jones, Bucky Pizzarelli, George Duvivier, and Grady Tate, and Candido Camaro, conga drums. Yeah, so, Lionel Hampton played on this, vibes on this. Yeah, it's Gerry Mulligan. Cool jazz legend, saxophone player. You can't pass up Gerry Mulligan for $1. Next one, another legend, Freddie Hubbard, Bolivia. I don't really recognize any of the players on the back of this, 1991, but Freddie Hubbard I know. Great trumpet player. Alright, the next one is Pat Metheny with Christian McBride and Antonio Sanchez, Tokyo Day Trip, live. It's a live EP. Pat Metheny, of course, great guitarist. Christian McBride, great bass player, and Antonio Sanchez on drums. So that's the back of it. I'm not big on jazz guitar. There are a few guys I like a lot. Of course, Grant Green, Kenny Burrell. But of the modern guys, I guess my favorite would be John Scofield. This is Hand Jive. It's on Blue Note. And he's playing with guys like Eddie Harris, Larry Goldings, Dennis Irwin, Bill Stewart, and Don Elias. Of course, now we get into the last three, which are legends. Herbie Hancock, Perfect Machine. This looks like a fusion type album. 1988, which I guess would have been about that time period, because it kind of looks like Sound System and some of those other fusion type albums. Then, of course, the great Charles Mingus, Tijuana Moods. This one's on Legacy. Really don't recognize the players, but I tell you what, there haven't been too many albums I've heard under Charles Mingus' name that I didn't think were outstanding. And then one of my favorite jazz players of all time, Jimmy Smith. Go for what you know. Anytime you can pick up a Blue Note Jimmy Smith album for $1, it's a good day. Don't see a listing of the players. Oh, wait a minute. Featuring Stanley Tarantine, Kenny Burrell, Grady Tate, Monty Alexander, Buster Williams. Of course, what a great lineup. Tarantine and Burrell. Yeah. Probably one of the best dollars I spent. So, that is the kind of blues and jazz edition of this haul. I still have some oddball stuff, a big pile of Christian stuff, and my the country albums that I picked up, and I'll be doing that on the next video. So, in the meantime, have a great day, and I'll see you soon.